From Southwest Florida, you're watching Fox 4 News at 6.
We do have an active bloom post-hurricane. The lake is higher than what we would like to see.
And thank you for staying with us. I'm Nadine Yanis. Water experts are expressing their concerns about future water releases from Lake Okeechobee and how harmful algae could intensify our red tide as well. And of course, then make it into our canals.
That's exactly right. Tonight, we know that this could be part of the solution in battling red tide. Bubble curtains. It's a device that streams up air in order to break up blue-green algae across Cape Coral. We've shown you this plenty of times, but now they say they might be able to use them to battle an even bigger issue.
So Fox 4's Colton Chavez spoke with Captains for Clean Water yesterday out in the Gulf. Tonight, he's in Cape Coral along Everest Parkway Canal. And Colton, this canal is actually getting closed off for maintenance work because they're going to be putting in those bubble curtains.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They're actually maintaining those bubble curtains, which is right here behind me, and more on that in just a second. But Nadine and Shari, what I really want to point out is what we're seeing around our entire area. As you said, Captains for Clean Water out in the Gulf talking about harmful algae, and then Cape Coral leaders out here in the canal in this section earlier today to put maintenance for those bubble curtains. Now, what I want to point out is that this is a section right here where the canal meets the Caloosahatchee River, and that's an area that water experts tell me is an area of concern in the coming months.
The possibility of harmful discharges from Lake Okeechobee as we get into the wet season are a reality.
As dark storm clouds roll over the Caloosahatchee River, the chance of harmful algae discharges from Lake O into the river during the upcoming rain season is a chance the city of Cape Coral wants its bubble curtains, which help filter out harmful algae, to be ready for. So they are intermittently shutting down the Everest Parkway Canal to perform maintenance work. And I want to show you the reason why Cape Coral Police is shutting down this section of the canal. You can see there's one diver in the water right now. It's actually a two-person dive team that's performing this maintenance on these bubble curtains. And the other thing I want to point out is the location of this work. It's right here on the Caloosahatchee River, an area that water experts say can be considered ground zero for things like red tide.
The nutrients and pollution in that water from the lake is like adding fuel to a forest fire. It makes these blooms last much longer.
Harmful algae fueling red tide blooms talked about by Captains for Clean Water's co-founder Chris Whitman that are responsible for plaguing beaches with dead fish. Seen firsthand by visitors like Zach Carr, who were cruising by city dive crews.
We went to Fort Myers Beach a couple days ago and saw a bunch over there.
Water experts like Chris Whitman say Lake O water levels mean releases are almost guaranteed. The latest numbers from the region's water management district say since the new year, over 5 inches of additional water have been added to the lake from the North Basin alone. A problem, Whitman says, for current red tide because it
lasts much longer duration, and much more toxic as far as their severity.
And I wanted to find out if other projects, because we know there are other bubble curtains throughout the city of Cape Coral, if they're being maintained as well. Now, the city of Cape Coral just got back to me on this request, and they tell me, yes, there are various projects throughout the city, all for these bubble curtains, as they continue to maintain them as well. They say the reason that we're seeing such an active approach to this section is because there's a boat ramp just off in the distance, and because of how much traffic they see going through the area, they want to move into this area as quickly as possible. Live in Cape Coral tonight, Colton Chavez, Fox 4.